Arrived here this morning from Kona with my wife and met Paul Samir from the Honolulu Fish Company.
Hello.
Hey, Paul. How you doing? Hi, Mike.
I'm Courtney. Nice to meet
Hi,
you.
Paul Samir, Honolulu Fish. This is for you, buddy.
Thanks, sir.
All right. Welcome to the island.
Got my first real fillet. Felt really welcomed
Very
here
nice.
here on Oahu.
Shall we?
Ciao.
Went over to the fish auction. Found out it's the only fish auction of its kind in the world. And as soon as we got to the dock, they're unloading massive tuna from this boat, carpet on the boat so the fish don't beat themselves up when they get landed. I think the carpeted deck that's just brilliant. It makes so much sense.
And this is just something that is truly unique to the world. You're never going to go anywhere in the world and find fish that's iced down on pallets and out in the open like this. It's purely transparent, where you can go in and select what it is that you want, fish by fish. The pallets are arranged by boat. They'll stage the other fish in that holding room, and as they need them, as there's space, they bring them out to the floor. So boats that are offloading will bring them back in that room, and they just keep, building up the pallet lanes.
Went into the fish auction, saw how it was graded, how they split, take core samples, lay out the wares, so to speak, by pallet, by boat.
So this is the where they take the core sample from the tail.
Okay.
And then there's also a slice, and then that's the deep core straw sample. So you can see what happens throughout the fish. So we can have Marcus explain that to you. He's our buyer. He's the guy who will get into this circle here, and these guys are bidding. This guy's calling out the price.
Adobe, anybody else? $1.20. Tuna, $1.30. Going. Anybody else?
The buyer, Marcus, comes in and he selects, he knows what he's looking for, he buys the best stuff.
Basically, we see same fish here every day. You got your big eye tuna, your yellowfin tuna, your albacore, your marlins, your striped marlins, your Pacific blue marlins. You get your sailfish, ono, mahi, sword, mong chong, walu. Basically, that's what we see here every day. Some days we got more, some days got less. Some days you got better quality, some days less quality. Yeah. These are our yellowfin tunas, and Honolulu Fish hasn't really built our market around the yellowfin tuna. The reason for that is the fish doesn't oxidize as good. You cut that fish open and you put it in your refrigerator for a day or two. Next day it start to become brown already. It doesn't hold like a big eye tuna. It doesn't have that fatty contents in there, like a dry pale tuna. They just started this core sample thing not too long ago, and you can see they haven't caught any blood in here. So the blood tells you a lot on how fresh this fish is. Because once your bloodline starts to turn brown and black already, then you can start seeing your meat start to become green on top of this. So the bloodline is a big factor in when you're buying tuna here. These guys would buy this stuff all day long on the East Coast. They're just looking for pale meat. Honolulu Fish, we specialize just in quality here. But basically, yellowfins, we don't really carry yellowfins at all. We just specialize in big eye tuna.
Big eye.
Yeah. Here you got your big eye tunas. All of these tags represent what boat comes off of. You got your boat name, how many pounds this fish weigh.
It's all considered ahi.
All considered tuna.
Okay.
Yeah. You see the difference in there. It's a little bit more on the drier side, more firmer. You can tell the difference on these. On these, the indication is you got your longer fins. You see how long your fins are?
Oh yeah.
Versus, you see how shorter these one are? This one's much fatter, rounder. You see the eyes, how big they are?
Right.
And that's how you can indicate a big eye.
As opposed to the
yellowfin. The eyes are small, skinnier fish. The yellowtails are much longer on there. Then you got your albacore, where it's a little bit more on the fatter side with the long dorsal fins coming down.
Is this Ono?
Oh no, the Wahoo? Yeah. These is not what I normally buy here. Got some nice, oh right here, right there. I still got some of these.
Oh, that's pretty.
This is more like the quality we're buying here at Honda Fish.
Yeah, that's
so
what I've seen.
Yeah, you got that versus buying something like this.
Yeah.
It's a nice mahi. No damages to it. Did it on the fader side, but fish is still nice and cherry. The nice clear bloodlines. This mahi is nice. I like this mahi. Probably pay about maybe $240 today. $240 versus maybe paying. This fish is big, so the guys will pay a little bit more for them. But no, really, this fish probably be about $1.50 versus a $240 fish. That's what I'll pay all day. I'll pay up to $3.
It's that much of a range.
Yeah. Out of these moonfish, you only get you get a 36% yield.
They're huge. Yeah, because it's
That's it.
This you can't do much with.
No,
right?
this right in here. That's it. Mong chong, you guys got mong chong on the menu?
I had some of that last night.
Good stuff, huh?
Yeah.
I had this only one time too. Escalar?
Ah,
Yeah.
I've never seen one whole.
Yeah. This has become a very popular fish. Honda Fish has brought this fish and marketed it. It's a great
It's a great fish. I mean,
Yeah.
the bite is buttery. What is that?
These are actually called a Japanese name. They call it naragi. Naragi.
Okay.
And then we call it striped marlin, or in Hawaii we call them awl. These ones we grade them out to. You can look at them. You can see the color. These we grade them out as like our 1+ category in our marlin area. You can see the nice orange color in there. Plus you can see all the fat going on in here.
Yeah.
See that? That's beautiful. This is a very, very nice fish. And then here we got our blue marlins.
That's
Pacific blue marlin.
Kajiki.
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 Yeah,
Got it.
Kajiki. You can see how tight that bloodline is.
Right.
Really nice and tight.
Now, when you buy that one, you have to buy both pieces.
Yeah, you take the head and the
You
head.
take both.
Yeah, the head and the tail goes.
It's not mix and match.
Yeah, no, you cannot do that. Wait. You can make we make poke with it. Also sashimi, you can sear it, grill it. I mean, you can do 10,000 things with that fish.
It's awesome.
That's the one we call heavy right here. Did I tell you that fish go about $350 today? That's the one with the fatty inside.
People, they look at it and they're amazed because we don't get product like this 6,000 miles away.
Right.
You know, without a program like this.
A lot of times you got sharks. These look like really nice ones.
I've never seen that white thing though.
Nice.
It grays as it ages.
Yeah. Here's your bottom fish, the Hawaiian pink snapper.
Ah,
That's the paka paka.
you get that? Wow, that's a good fish. Now everything over here
It's already sold already.
it's already sold, just
Yeah.
waiting to get loaded out. The speed at which it gets bought and out and into production, it's blinding. You know, especially when we saw the other guy's fish stacked up in the corner, the ice melting off of it.
This one's sitting without ice.
This is the first boat of the day. These guys, they don't even care. We got none of our fish sits here. We got them all outside in bins with ice already, getting ready to be done.
And they have a unique computer system that tracks that purchase as it's being made, and each fish, as it's coming off the auction floor, gets tagged. And that tag will stay with it as it gets iced down and sent all the way through the system.
It does not leave here without a tag on it. Every fish I buy has a barcode tag being generated. Well, we got the supplier, that'll be United Fishing Agency. You got your boat name, your species, whatever that fish was an I, small I, number 1. You got your piece count, your total weight, the temperature of the fish, and then you got your price per pound. But what happens is this screen right here pops up. It tells you everything what we bought for the day. It gives you an average price, or you can break it down to species per fish, what we bought, without even this fish being back. So anybody can see what we bought already and what's available to be sold, and it helps sales move along here.
I need a couple buyers for 1 plus tuna. $19.95 a pound.
Got it. How much gotta go?
Availability, freshness. So it's being bought that day, sold that day.
And for the most part, it's sold
Before
it even gets cut.
Yeah. What happens is all the fish comes out. He'll load it inside with ice and everything. So you can see all our fish in here. This fish has already been all barcoded. This is on the website. Everything's all done already. In the bins, ready to go back. Driver's almost on his way back. He'll take back these 3 bins at one time, replace us with more bins, as the fish comes out, as I'm buying them, my guy's barcode comes right out here. These guys are just loaded right up inside, get it on the ice right away. So it doesn't even sit out here.
Excellent. You know, the product is free out in the ocean, but it costs to get it as good as it is swimming around to the plate. And without technology like this and going that extra mile in expense, can't do it.
Yeah.
You know, when you're seeing guys in there, other folks just leaving their fish warm, and yours is, you know, packed and it's already packed and it's getting hacked right now. So it does make a difference.
Now I'll show you what happens when they take them in to the process. And that's what we're going to see right now.
Okay.
So here we go. So this is where it all happens. That's that chiller room where we're going to pull fish and start processing them. I think they're cutting ahi back here. So these guys have been, these are really the best guys in the state. But you can see how, you know, he's taking, you know, very little waste. And, you know, accuracy and just economics of movement. I mean, you know, these guys have mastered it. So part of it is just having your fillet and your loins cut the right way to start with. These are quarter loins, and a lot of chefs, sometimes they're not sure if they're getting all tailed pieces. The way we feel products, you know, this is one product. There's no way we're going to cut that and give someone a tail, someone gets a head. That's your loin right there.
You get the whole piece.
Yeah.
In processing, you know, the fact that you can account for every fish that you purchased, when it was purchased, everything's tagged. That tag, I noticed as soon as they pull a fish onto the table that they've just cleaned off and they go to break it, they take that tag, tuck it under their glove so they don't lose it while they're working a fish, and then they replace it. And that tag follows it all the way to the point where the guy who's in charge of the floor puts it into its slot to be packed and shipped out. So you can go all the way back to the boat, probably the hook that caught that fish, to trace it.
And there's the registration label that's still on the fish.
Going with it the whole way, that came from the market.
So, I mean, you know, it's traced all the way down to where it's going to quality control. We still have that thing marked. So this is like a major quality control station here, because, you know, this guy, you know, he used to be a cutter, and now he's, you know, he can check things in. He knows what this stuff is supposed to look like and it's just another station where you can check it. This is where, you know, the tag information is dropped off and the loins are off to cryoing. That's going to Anchorage. That's going to New York.
Wow. There's a little diaper.
Between cutting species, you got to thoroughly hose it down and soap it, so you don't have the, you know, cross-contamination.
When you cryovac, you use real cryovac? The real
plastic?
The real cryovac plastic, which I know is a price here than some generic.
Yeah, it is.
But it's better and thinner. You understand that real cryovac is the most expensive, but it's also very thin and flexible. It's the best packaging you can get. It's great. That's one of the things I tell my customers is the little things that make a difference. And you're using a real cryovac brand cryovac instead of a knockoff. It's thinner, and it doesn't damage the fish as much that a heavier one when it gets pulled tight on the vacuum. Oh, that's beautiful. Using a real cryovac, which is a little flexible and it's very thin, so when the vacuum gets pulled on it, doesn't damage the fish in any way.
This is the way to hold fish prior to it getting to you. This is an active chill. Not only is it in a cold slurry, it's also absorption pad. So this is going to take all the moisture out of the meat while it's sitting like this. If you've got moisture collecting in the same package that your fish is in, that's going to degrade the fish.
Right.
So
you see that a lot in portion product when you thaw it out. It's got a lot of wetness in it, and it pours out of the bag.
Exactly. Now, what some real sticklers to cost and weights will ask us about is they'll say, you know, I got 20 pounds of that, you know, that fish, and I only got 19 pounds of product. They think our scales are off. Our scales are super accurate. What we're doing for them is we're absorbing that moisture out, and if you weigh that absorption pad, that's 1 pound of wetness that it's almost a favor we're doing when we take the wetness off. So, you know, that's part of preserving the product, is that little couple ounces you lose in order to have that freshness, you know.
Each one is an order that he's got in the system, and they'll fill that order. If it's a mixed case out of the different species that are here, goes there, and they pack it.
Right. Now this, rather than having the fish sit on a shelf and in the chiller waiting, we know we're going to need certain amounts of fish. It's going to be gone. Cut it now, set it this way so it's not sitting on its cavity. The fish is not, the meat is not on the cavity. It's in a better skin than nature gave it, and it's resting like this until it makes it into your box.
The two things that I had not known before in the processing was the active chill in the ice slurry. Obviously not freezing it, but dropping the temperature faster, protecting the product quality and the oils that are in the meat. Also, the way the fish is all slotted and lined up in its own selection to go right in the box. Very well organized.
The gel packs.
They last like 4 days.
Yeah, right? yeah. And you notice the number that we use. You know, it's one part of gel ice for every 3 parts of fish, which is over the normal amount. That's no one else is gonna ever pack fish like that. You've opened up our product.
I've opened up your product a bunch of times, and what is always temperature is consistent, but the fish isn't damaged from those gel packs. They're not you know, frozen spots on them. And actually had one left out on me by the receiver, and it holds overnight. No worry. Beautiful stuff.
Now, when you're shipping product over the ocean to someone, now why wouldn't you do this? I mean, you know, if something happens in transit, it gets held back a day for some reason, that box will stand for 4 days, and it's, you know, the quality, it's not going to go anywhere.
There's a lot more effort and attention to detail, and all the little steps along the way to get beautifully fresh fish out of that ocean and into your kitchen. It's a lot of passion. A lot of passion goes into it. And I've known the flavor, you know, and the service, and now I've seen where this all comes together.
I eat this all the time.
I was just with the guy buying from Whole Foods. Look at that. I know that restaurant.
Okay, so we're gonna head back.
It's packed out in that sexy big silver box. The packaging is wonderful. Getting one of these, the delivery guy should really make a victory lap around the kitchen, like getting a dozen roses on Valentine's Day, because the whole kitchen gets all excited when they see this box, because they know goodies are not far away. Kajiki, learned how to pronounce that this morning. This is one of our most popular ones when I show this to our customers. Blue marlin. Fish is extremely firm, very pretty to look at. You can see how nice the fillet is and the oils. It's nice and firm. And this I usually do as quickly grilled or seared, or sliced as sashimi. I got cut and taste fish that was swimming a couple hours ago. Beautifully translucent, a lot of oil. Feels nice to work with. Quality control. I'm not going home. I'm staying. That's incredible. And I learned a traditional Hawaiian application for this great fish, and learned how to make poke. It's one of those things you know is a winner before you even get to show it. This is a very simple preparation, just a quick toss of the cubed kajiki, some Maui onion, scallion, red pepper flake, and sesame oil. And the key ingredient is the Hawaiian rock salt, which I've never tried and can't wait. Now I don't think I ever need to cook this again. This is simplicity at its best. Fish is incredibly, the flavor is incredibly powerful from the fish, and it comes through, and it's just helped out a little bit with the seasonings. They don't overpower at all. And perfect way to introduce Hawaiian fish to your customers is to prepare it in a Hawaiian style. So thank you. I now have a new weapon. Just a wonderful field to fork experience that I'm really glad had the opportunity to make. Definitely an education. It's nice to know what's behind the flavor. I've had it, I've had the service, and now I know why it's at the level it is.
Well, this is it. This is our sales staff here. This is really it. There's 3 more in here in training.
I like the dynamic that's going on.
And that's what's happening with our Tasmanian salmon right now, is it's become so popular that, you know, we're having a little challenge in keeping up with that supply.
Chef Eric, how are you?
It's so nice with the personal contact, you know, that each chef is being called and...
Yeah, that's a byproduct of, because we're in Hawaii, it's interesting that that's kind of what we have to do. So it goes along with it. I like to tell chefs, you know, I'm actually watching out for you. I'm going to take care of you. I know what we're getting here, and I'll call you as much as you need every day if I have to give you an update. Oh, you want to wait till Thursday to get in? Okay, let me check in with you Wednesday, and I'll give you an update then. And Thursday you place your order. So it's all upkeep. It's all upkeep.
You got your order in today. Everything was good with the hamachi and the... How do you like the kona? Yeah. Oh, you like it? Which one do you think is better for you, the hamachi or the kampachi?
Since I've had and used the product in the past, I'm familiar with the service and the quality. You know, the service of ordering it and getting the communication when there needs to be, getting the product in a timely basis and having that product arrive right, the right temperature, in the right order and good quality. It's really nice to see all the little steps and attention to detail that are taken all along the way from the guy who knows whose boat is better at catching certain fish and to look at the auction, to target those fish, to get them at the quality level that he wants, get them into the process as quickly as possible. Everybody along the way, everybody who has to touch it, and that's not many folks, but the people who do have to touch it know what they're looking for to get the best possible product into that box that's up to their standards. You know, coming out here and getting to meet everybody that's behind the product. I've loved working with the product. I always feel very confident selling the product and talking about the product with our customers. You should feel as an MA absolutely confident that every step of the way that order is going to be what your customer expects, and just have the confidence to go out there and introduce new items. And I want to thank you guys again, and hopefully this great experience one day can be yours. That if you ever get the chance, be lucky enough to be out here in the islands of Hawaii, to come over and see this tremendous, well-oiled machine of an operation that delivers this incredible product all over our system. So I'm Chef Mike Salvatore from New York, signing off. Aloha.